everyone. Welcome to another Ashram Talks discussion. We have a very special speaker with us today. So we're going to be joined by Bhakti Sundar Sadhu Swami. He was born in Austria, and interestingly, even as a child, he sensed that he wasn't going to follow the same path as the adults around him. In 1999, he came across a copy of the Bhagavad Gita, the same version that we're studying now with the commentary by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And he shared that a single sentence from that book actually completely changed the direction of his life. So soon after, he moved into the Bhakti Yoga Ashram in Vienna. He traveled to India, to Vrindavan, actually, the birthplace of Lord Krishna, and took initiation from his spiritual master. And from there, his life became one of deep service, living in the ashram in Vienna, serving, wherever help was needed. And then later actually spending several years living in Vrindavan, immersing himself in practice, study. In 2019, he accepted the renounced order of life, sannyas. And in 2021, with the intention of living and sharing these teachings, he founded the Bhagavad Dharma Ashram in Vienna. And we also have to mention that he played a fundamental role in really kind of spearheading this Ashram Talks project in English and sharing these teachings in many in other languages as well. So we're so grateful to have you with us here today, Maharaj. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for arranging this program. Like you mentioned, this Bhagavad Gita is a very potential, very powerful scripture. And in my case, like you said, really, I opened that book and I read one sentence. I don't remember which one, but I knew this is the absolute truth. Somehow, I was not really searching for the absolute truth, but I knew this is the one which I want. So this is really a very important book. I think everybody should study. And especially this part where we are now, this is very practical part of the Bhagavad Gita, because this is, I say, that is important for all of us. So we can little dive into the Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing, Maharaj, and for shedding light on the importance of studying these texts. So yeah, we're so eager to hear from you. So without further ado, you can start whenever you're ready.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami Namine Gauravani Prachuraya Dridha Sankalpa Murtaye Krishna Shakti Sarupaya Bhakti Pradayane Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhubhyaya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Om Partaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Sayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharate Advaitam Ritavashinim Bhagavati Mashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvam Namam Sandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim Namostu te Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pulara Vindayata Patra Netra Yenatvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajvalita Jnanamaya Pradipaha Prapanna Parijata Totra Vitraika Panai Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gitamritanu Duhe Namaha Narayanam Namaskritya Narang Chaiva Narotamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jamudirat. So this is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Very deep scripture. Actually, these are the words of the Supreme Lord Himself. So it is impossible to understand these words. It is, the more deep you go, the more deeper you can go. This is, Bhagavad Gita is endless. How much you want to go into the meaning, you will find out you cannot finish that. So therefore it is ever fresh, and Bhagavad Gita is like a mother, always giving good advice, always taking care. Who will follow this Bhagavad Gita in his life, he will have no problems. Mother, Bhagavad Gita will take care. So Krishna himself gave this. Krishna is Prapanna Parijata. He is the wish fulfilling tree of his surrendered devotees, Supreme Lord, who is following to his desire, to his wish, to his rules, to his what he established to the system of this world, he will fulfill all desires. That is his promise. And in the Bhagavad Gita, now we came to the third chapter, and the two verses which are for discussion today is exactly on this point. In the beginning, when Lord Brahma, he created this whole cosmos, then he gave also the instruction how to use. This is the problem nowadays. People have everything, and we're getting sunlight, we're getting air, we're getting the food, we're getting everything, but we don't know how to use and how to be grateful. So here, this is a very important part actually of the Bhagavad Gita. This is for those who live in this world here, and this are all of us. So how we live in this cycle of creation, and how to live happily here. Krishna is revealing this here. Because the topic was, Krishna in the chapter before, he explained, if you have no desires, if you are beyond everything, you don't have to do anything. But same time, Krishna was pushing Arjuna, engage in your dharma, engage in this fighting. You are a soldier, you have to fight. So Arjuna was asking why to do all these things. So Krishna explained here that if you live in this world, be part of that whole cycle. And that cycle is explaining here in these two verses. He's making one, the principle of the creation. No? He said, Annat bhavanti bhutani pajanyat anasambhavaha. Yagyat bhavati parjanyo yagya karma samudbhavaha. So from Anat means from food, from grains. Anna means grains. From Anat bhavanti bhutani. All living beings, the bodies, they are maintained by food, by the grains. And how these grains are growing, this is by parjanyat, by the rain. So even in nowadays, we have so many, everybody is depending on what is growing from earth. Even if somebody may say he's not a vegetarian, but whom he's eating, they are depending on that. Even if that would somebody say. So we are all depending on what the nature is giving to us. How much we may be using our phones and computers and internet and everything, we are all depending on what is growing from the earth, from Mother Earth. And no scientists ever have artificially made one plant which produce one grain. So we are all depending on this nature. And this is all living entities. Anat bhavanti bhutani, the living entities, the bodies of the living entities. Soul is independent. That is another topic that was discussed in the chapter 2. But now we are living in this world, what to do? So we all need food. How the food is growing? By sufficient rain, by, let's say, the perfect amount of rain, not too much and not too little. And how this rain is coming? By yagyat bhavati parjanyo, by doing yagya. Yagya means sacrifice. That means to give something back what we got. To pay the bills, more or less. Now we have electricity, we have water, we have all these things we're using. And every month some bills are coming, so we have to pay them. If we don't pay, then some letter will come. They will force us, you have to pay. If we ignore these letters, then they will switch off electricity. And then we suffer. So this material world is same. We're using, we're consuming, we're taking. So we have to pay our bills. And this is called yagya. And this yagya means sacrifice to the gods, who are controlling this material world. And yagya karma samudbhava. Yagya, that sacrifice, is coming from karma. That is, karma here means prescribed duties. What is prescribed duty for us, for the human beings here? If we follow this will be yajna. And in the next verse, Krishna then continues this. Karma comes from Brahma Udbhavam. Vidya means, oh Arjuna, know that this karma comes from Brahma. Brahma here means Veda. So how we know what is our duty? If we read the Vedas, this is the scripture where we know what to do. And this Brahma comes from whom? Akshara Samudbhavam. Akshara here means the Supreme Lord who is infallible. His words, Lord's words, they are the Vedas. So the Vedas come from him. Therefore, the conclusion is if we follow yajna, we will be with the Lord always. He said, Tasmat Sarvagatam Brahma. This Sarvagatam Brahma, this omnipresent Brahman, omnipresent Lord, Nityam Yage Pratishtitam. He's always situated in yajna. So who is doing yajna, who is doing sacrifice, he will always be with the Lord. This is very nice actually explanation. If you sacrifice, you stay with the Lord. Because you follow his instruction, you follow his plan, you're part of his creation in a harmonious way. This we have to see, this few verses here in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is explaining to Arjuna what the Creator told to the first creatures, to the first human beings, how to live, to the first living entities in this universe, how to live, he told them. So everything starts from sacrifice. By sacrifice, everything works. Brahma told them, this sacrifice will fulfill all your desires, because he saw living entities have desires. This is a normal thing. We are not machines, we are not lifeless, we have material desires. So how to fulfill these desires? Not just whimsically and on cost of others, you do something for that. In this way you will become happy. Brahma, he explained this. If you please the gods, the devatas who control this universe, if you please them, they will please you. And in this way, they will be pleased, you will be pleased, this will be a nice life. In this way, so Brahma explained. So nowadays, that is the problem, that the society has forgotten this. That the leaders, especially leaders of society, they're not teaching anymore this gratitude. They are not anymore have connection with the universe. They have no connection with the Creator. So they just take everything and forget who gave everything. This, and therefore, if we're not following this cycle, we become like an obstacle in that whole creation, and that, how to say, in this cosmic, like this is an organic whole. This whole cosmos, we are all connected to each other. This is the Vedic understanding. We are individual being here, but we are part of the whole. In some way, we are connected to everyone. So how to function in a way to benefit us and to benefit others? And this is called the yajna. This is the principle of the creation, actually. If you not follow this principle, it's difficult to be happy. This is like a cycle which is going on. It is going from wherever you start, you will come to the same point. No? It is starting from Anna, from grains, Anat Bhavanti Bhutani, there come the living entities, and the grain comes from the rain comes from yajna, and yajna comes from karma, and like this, again, produce some, like the living entities, they're doing everything. So it is like cycle. It is always going in a cyclic way. And if we follow there, everything will be smooth. This is, I think, a great message people nowadays, they can learn from this Bhagavad Gita. That from the beginning of the creation, by the Creator, by Krishna himself, by Brahma, who is the engineer of this creation, he instructed the people how to live here, how to do everything, and to be happy. This is the way. Krishna here explaining this, and he said before, it is better to act than to give up action. This is, Arjuna was asking, why you were engaging me in this work? And Krishna said, better to act than to take sannyas and give up everything. Because without action, you cannot maintain your own body. Without action, you cannot stay one moment without karma. So better do karma according to the rules. Then you will be happy. This is, and you will feel here, Nityam Yagye Pratishtitam. Krishna means Brahma, the Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord, the Divine, is present in this yagya, in this sacrifice. Whole universe is based on this principle. Only nowadays we don't want to sacrifice, we just want to consume. Therefore the world is as it is at the moment. Even if you go to the creation in the Bhagavatam, whole creation, when the first living entity Brahma appeared, everything was dark, nothing was there, and he tried to find out his origin. And he could not find it. So he saw he's sitting on a lotus flower, and he was trying to find out his own origin. So he went down the stem of this lotus flower, and he went and went and went and went. And after 100 years, he could not reach any end. He saw I cannot understand. So he went back, and then he listened one sound. That was tapa, 2 letters. 2 letters came. Tapas means to do meditation, to do means austerity. So Brahma went into austerity. He understood that is the command which came in his mind. Tapa, 2 letters came. And so he went into the meditation, and after, Krishna appeared to him and explained everything to Brahma. So this is also to show everything in this world is based on tapas. It is not based, means everything is based on austerity. It is not based on enjoyment. It is not based on consummation, which is nowadays the only thing. This is the only goal of in the life, no? Of many of the people on this planet. They just want to see what is my share. But the principle of creation is just opposite. It came from austerity, from withdrawal your senses from the sense objects, from controlling your mind, from going inside. And after Brahma, he got enlightenment by Krishna. Krishna appeared to him, explained him everything. This is another nice part of the Srimad Bhagavatam. He explained everything. He said, you follow everything as I said. And after he spoke his knowledge in a very concise form, very condensed form, only in 4 verses he gave the whole knowledge in a seed form. And after I said, if you stick to this, there will be no confusion in you. So this Bhagavad Gita is the same. The Krishna's words in a very, also very, it's fully loaded with meaning. Every shloka of the Bhagavad Gita has a lot of meaning. It is not only Bhagavad Gita means at the end, Sarvadamam Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam Braja. Give up everything and come to me, Krishna said. No, the Bhagavad Gita has in every chapter, in every verse, every line, every word has many, many meanings. And if you try to understand, you will understand that it's impossible to understand Krishna's words. By His grace, how much He lets us understand this, we can get this understanding and can get also the power to follow this. And if we apply in our life, we will see that this is true. Bhagavad Gita is not to be understood by intellect. You can study Bhagavad Gita in an intellectual way, but it will not give the full meaning. But something you can get. Full meaning comes if we accept this knowledge. If we serve this knowledge, if we apply this knowledge which Krishna gives to us, then the full meaning will come. Then this what Krishna intended here, what Brahma intended here, to live in harmony with the whole cycle, this will take place. We will become one small dynamo which keeps this. In the next verse, Krishna is explaining in 16th verse, this is like a chakra. To keep this chakra moving, this universal cycle, we will be some small motor who will also put a little drive to that whole. And that in this way we will become happy because we are part of this whole creation. This is Vedic vision, always like this. See the whole thing. We are not only my family or my body or my country and my people and others are enemies. Vedic knowledge is never like that. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. This means the whole, we are one family. And how we can live happily as one family on this planet under these circumstances, under these material conditions. This is given here in Bhagavad Gita, in this specific part of this third chapter. Later on, Krishna says, who is Atmarati, who has happiness within himself, he has no duties. That is another topic. Who is coming to his own self as a spiritual soul, who is acting on that plane, who is finding happiness in himself. There, he has no duties in this world. He will also not be any object or obstacle in this cycle because he is in a different energy. If we not follow these universal rules which Krishna gave here, we will obstruct little this whole cycle of this creation. We will not be in harmony with it. But if you come to your own self, because we are not part of this world, we are Atman, we are not. Then if you rest there, if you find your happiness there, you find your engagement there, you have nothing to do with this. So there are many, many different layers of teachings in the Bhagavad Gita for many, many different qualifications of different people, of different living entities. So it's not that Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, you have to follow like this and everybody has to follow like this. It's not like that. It is just for whom Krishna is speaking this. Through Arjuna, he gave this knowledge. But he gave many, many different layers of knowledge for different people. And Arjuna, he wanted to understand the topic very clear. Originally, he was in a dilemma, how to kill my own people, how to kill my guru, and how to do. Then Krishna immediately told him, nobody is killing, nobody is killed. Then, therefore, Arjuna asking, okay, if this is why I'm still doing all these things, then Krishna explained. If you are in this world, if you take from this world, if you're somehow rooted in this world, then become a part of this world, become a harmonious part of this world. And this is a very nice portion of this Bhagavad Gita here, where he's explaining in detail how to take part. Krishna explained this is a cycle from Anna, and means grains and rain and yajna and this. But our duty, Krishna said, do yajna. There is your part. There you engage yourself. This is the best part. We can do this. So we get whatever we get. We give some part. There are many in the Vedas, many different yajnas are mentioned how to do that. There is also different possibilities are there for different desires. But this, Krishna said before, this, by following this process of sacrifice, you can fulfill all your desires, whatever you have. So this is, even in this world, we can see, if you want to earn money, you have to sacrifice your time, sacrifice your energy, your attention, whatever. This is also very clear. Nobody gives you money for free. If you want education, you have to sacrifice also your time. You have to sacrifice your brain power. You have to do. So whatever we want in this life, sacrifice is the basis. And this we should take from these two verses of Bhagavad Gita. If we want to be happy, we have to sacrifice. No way. And the best, of course, best sacrifice we can offer directly to the Creator. This is the direct way. Directly we can give to Krishna. In Bhagavatam is said, Yata taror mula nishechanena tripyantyat skanda bhusha pakasha. Like you offering water to the root, then all the twigs, all the tree, all the leaves, all the buds, all the flowers, all the fruits, everything will be nourished. This is the best sacrifice. So that is what the Vaishnavas are doing. That is their way. They're going to the root, and the root is Krishna. So they're putting their sacrifice there. Best sacrifice in this modern age, this is Nam sacrifice, to chanting the name of the Supreme Lord. This is for this special Kali Yuga where we are now. This instruction has been given also by the Lord Himself. If you want to do the best sacrifice, do Nam Sankirtan. This is in this Kalim Swabhajataya Guna Gyasara Bhagena Yatra Sankirtanenaiva Sarva Swarta Bilabhyate. Easily you can get everything by this yajna. So whatever we do, we should do some sacrifice. This will give us the connection and the realization Krishna is with us. So this is some thoughts about these two verses of Bhagavad Gita. As I said, it's unlimited how much you dive. And if you read the commentaries of the different Vaishnavas, you will understand there is more and more and more, and it's unlimited. But for a general understanding, I think main thing we should take from this is we have to sacrifice something. And if we do voluntarily, we will be happy already during the sacrificing. And when the result will come, we can take this also as a blessing. So this Bhagavad Gita means a blessing. It's Krishna's blessings for these living entities. And we should accept that. Thank you very much for giving me a little time to put my mind also on Bhagavad Gita. This is also very auspicious. Interestingly, I wanted just to add at the end, I'm at the moment editing one text. It is the German commentary of Bhagavad Gita, the commentary by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and I just stopped at the verse 16. So I was just the weeks before in these verses 14 and 15, and now some other work came, so I had to little interrupt it. Then your call came just in that moment when I'm staying at that part of Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna is happy also with that work. He's sending inspiration from all sides. Thank you very much. Vanchakalpatarubhascha Kripasinduvevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha.
Thank you, Maharaj. That's incredible what you shared. And we're, so grateful that you were able to join us today and take the time. There are some questions if we have a few minutes. So we have one question.
Yes, sure.
From Lakshmi Priya. She said, Maharaj, can you please explain how our daily duties can be a way of yajna? Sometimes we have to do things that do not feel spiritual or devotional at all. So how can we spiritualize them?
Yes, many things are not so spiritual in this world. We have to go to toilet. This is not such a spiritual act. We have to eat, we have to sleep. All these things are there. But what is the purport of what is the purpose of all these things? Why we keep this body healthy? This is also one sadhana, this is also one sacrifice to keep the body healthy, to not enjoy some unhealthy things and not do something harmful. So what is the purpose for this? Is to give to the Lord of all sacrifice. So in this way, our acharyas say that even sleeping and even going to toilet is spiritual, because if you not go to toilet, this body will be finished, and this body is meant to serve Krishna. So this is in this consciousness, we can do anything and everything. Whatever we do, if we go working and earn money, why we're earning money? It's not the aim of life to earn money, but we need it also to maintain everything. So this is the most important thing. Here, this part of Bhagavad Gita is spoken for those who have desires in this world. So you follow this sacrifice. This is one thing. Those who have no desires in this world, for them, they have other instructions. They don't have to do these things. They can go directly to their own self and to the Supreme Self. That is a little different. No?
Well, thank you so much again, Maharaj. We're, so happy that you were able to join us, and hopefully, in the future, we'll be able to have you back again and just be able to continue to learn from your perspective.
Thank you. I'm happy to see this channel growing. That is very nice.
Yeah, thanks to you. Yeah, thanks to you and all of your efforts. And there are other, if you're interested in hearing more classes in English with Maharaj, there are some earlier Ashram Talks classes of his on this channel that you can listen to. And we also hope that he will be joining us again. So thank you again very much, Maharaj, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you again, everyone who joined us, for all of your wonderful questions and comments. You can join us every Thursday at 8 a.m. or Mondays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and our classes are also available on Spotify as Journey Through the Bhagavad Gita. So thanks again for joining, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.